What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a pretty gigantic crash. I mean, at this point, I want to say confirmation. I don't know the correct word to use, but Canadian Guy A got a package from Activision, and the package, outright basically confirms that Crash 4 is coming to Steam on October 18th. But towards the bottom of that tag, it talks about how, or it says, hungry for more, try our new Wumpa pizza for $12.08 or $12.08. Now, there's really only two things to notice with something like this. Number one, Wumpa pizza, so Wumpa League. And then the price, obviously if you take the dollar sign out, $12.08. Well, the Game Awards is $12.08. Now, he says that, by the way, not necessarily new news, right? Canadian Guy A literally made a video where he said this exact thing. But I want to throw my hat in the arena and talk about it a bit because it seems very, very likely that we're getting it. We've heard about this mysterious, almost hard to describe kind of game, right? I think Jez Corden is kind of the main person that's talked about it, that it's kind of like Plants vs. Zombies, but maybe like Overwatch, where like your character has all these like special abilities, and maybe it's only a couple of them on both sides, like good, evil, and you're fighting, and God knows, what else exactly this game is, but it seems like kind of a mixture of Plants vs. Zombies, and that's the closest example he gave. So the game does sound very real. It's always kind of sounded real. It's not like a Crash Bash remake or anything like that, but it does sound like it's coming. And now we have this, and by the way, this is not the first time that Jeff Keighley is Jeff, if you remember, Crash 4 was shown off at like every Jeff conference on the face of the earth. He would show Crash 4. It's kind of like Dragon Age right now, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. If it's not at a Jeff Keighley show, there's almost like a problem there, right? So Crash 4, he heavily showed, and if you go all the way back, he actually unveiled Team Racing when they did the remake for that. He showed that at the Game Awards, and then that came out the following year, just a few months, I think, the June afterwards, so like 6 months later. So he has always been tied with Crash, and not just like the franchise or the name Crash Bandicoot, but that tie with Activision, right, has always been there. So wouldn't surprise me at all if that's one of the big reveals. The Game Awards tends to have a handful of really big things and new things, right? Things we don't know of. Now we know to expect this, and it seems, I think Canadian Guy A says it's like on the nose. It really is. I mean, they outright say that Crash 4 is coming to Steam, so that's just a direct confirmation. And then this is definitely more of a tease, but having the word Wumpa there is clearly a hint. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. And then 1208. It could have been 1209. It could have been 1230, right? Because it doesn't have to be a date, but it clearly is. It clearly is because the 8th of December is also the Game Awards. So very awesome, very awesome. We've been talking about this game for a very long time and quite often, mainly on the main channel, I think. But I'm ready for it. And like I said, mostly I'm ready just to see what kind of game. I hope they show gameplay because I want to see what kind of game this is, because the main talk from insiders on this game has been it's actually very, very difficult to even explain what the game is. And that intrigues me. That doesn't mean it's going to necessarily be great, but it definitely gets me interested, right, to see what it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up, and I hope to see you all on the next one.